In June 2025, the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, shook global markets and the geopolitical landscape with one bold move. He threatened to terminate all US federal contracts with his companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, and XAI, while simultaneously forging secret alliances with countries in the BRICS bloc. This wasn't a spontaneous outburst or mere bravado, it was a calculated pivot, a declaration of independence against the regulatory and political constraints imposed by Washington. As the White House grapples with tariffs, investigations, and a fractured relationship with its most influential technologist, Musk is quietly redrawing the global tech map. Tesla's AI is now being integrated into China's power grid. Starlink lights up skies from India to Brazil. SpaceX is redirecting its ambitions to international horizons. The real question isn't whether Musk is defying the US, it's whether he's orchestrating a succession, building a tech empire that answers to no single nation. This seismic shift raises a profound question. If Elon Musk no longer answers to Washington, who does he answer to? And what happens when the architect of humanity's most critical civilian infrastructures, electric vehicles, satellite communications, artificial intelligence, turns away from the country that funded his rise? The breaking point was a $15 billion warning shot. On June 5, 2025, Musk took to X to accuse President Trump of ingratitude and threatened to end all federal partnerships. The timing was no coincidence. Just 72 hours earlier, Tesla shares had plunged 14.3%, wiping out $150 billion in market cap. According to Bloomberg, the slump was driven by a mix of new US tariffs on EVs and growing investor anxiety over Musk's increasingly erratic relationship with Washington. But this wasn't a spontaneous outburst. It was the culmination of a months-long strategy to decouple from US oversight. Tesla had already withdrawn from federal EV infrastructure programs and subsidy initiatives, redirecting resources toward international markets. SpaceX, once a cornerstone of US defense modernization, halted coordination with the Pentagon on key satellite projects. Starlink, the network that revolutionized global connectivity, dropped military reviews to rapidly expand across BRICS nations. No press conferences, no public statements, just discreet, strategic exits. Musk's rationale became clear during congressional testimony on May 14, 2025. If innovation is punished in America, I'll take it to countries that still believe in it. This wasn't just a rebuke of US policy, it was the manifesto of a new breed of global enterprise, one operating beyond any government's reach. Sources at the Wall Street Journal say federal officials were stunned by the speed and scale of Musk's withdrawal. A Department of Defense official, speaking anonymously, put it bluntly, "We didn't lose Elon. He left the market, a new architecture beyond Washington's reach." Musk's actions don't signal a protest, they signal a restructuring, a deliberate redesign of his company's operations to function outside US regulatory and geopolitical influence. And the evidence is clear. In March 2025, after the Pentagon requested kill-switch access to Starlink's network for national security reasons, SpaceX refused. The US responded immediately. SpaceX was removed from 3 satellite procurement lists worth over $4 billion. Contracts were redirected to Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Boeing. Boeing even picked up a classified Pacific surveillance relay project, according to the Government Accountability Office. Meanwhile, Musk focused his attention on the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, where demand for his technologies is booming. India, in particular, welcomed Starlink with open arms. Despite US pressure during bilateral talks in March 2025, India said Starlink's rollout was a domestic decision. By June, pilot coverage was active in 5 Indian states, with plans for full national deployment by Q4 2025. Brazil also joined Musk's ecosystem. signing an $11 billion education connectivity deal in May to expand Starlink. In April, South Africa's parliament shortlisted Starlink for emergency network provision, and Russia even issued RFPs mentioning non-state LEO providers with military-grade capabilities, a clear nod to Starlink. Per Bloomberg, this isn't just business expansion, it's a redefinition of who controls the world's most advanced civilian infrastructure. As a RAND analyst told Bloomberg, Starlink isn't exiting the defense space, it's just switching flags. If Musk's satellites no longer orbit under Pentagon jurisdiction, who's steering their next course? Tesla's global strategy, from EVs to AI-powered energy networks, is equally bold. After new US EV tariffs in March 2025, Tesla cut ties with all US-funded EV corridor initiatives, redirecting $2.3 billion into a Brazilian infrastructure project. According to Brazil's Ministry of Communications, the deal includes a national charging network and battery research labs outside US regulation. Tesla also rerouted supply chains via ports in South Africa and Malaysia, reducing US exposure by 38% in Q2 2025. Bloomberg Intelligence quoted an anonymous Tesla executive telling the Financial Times it was a firewall against US regulatory volatility. But the most striking development happened in China. In May 2025, regulators in Guangdong province approved Tesla's AutoGrid AI for use in municipal energy balancing systems, marking the first time a US-born algorithm integrated directly into China's state power infrastructure. Originally developed to optimize vehicle fleets, AutoGrid now manages power distribution across high-demand industrial zones in southern China. The rollout was discreet, no Tesla logos, no press releases, just a smooth integration into Beijing's grid. The move raised eyebrows in Washington. Unlike Nvidia or Google, whose AI tools were blocked under export rules, Tesla's 2024 AutoGrid AI circumvented scrutiny by registering as commercial energy software, not vehicle-related. The US Treasury has opened a compliance review, but Musk's legal team insists the platform isn't commercially sensitive. A CSS analyst told Reuters, "This isn't a licensing issue, it's a matter of sovereignty." By embedding US-developed AI in China's critical infrastructure, Musk has blurred the line between commercial technology and geopolitical influence. Elon Musk's maneuvers have ignited a geopolitical tug-of-war over technological custody. By mid-2025, his companies were no longer tethered to US policy. Tesla's AI powers China's grid. Starlink serves India, Brazil, and South Africa beyond Pentagon oversight. 40% of SpaceX's launch schedule is now international, and XI trains models in data centers in the UAE. This isn't just business strategy, it's a redefinition of technological sovereignty. Meanwhile, Washington scrambles to respond. On May 29, 2025, the US Treasury launched an investigation into Tesla's AI exports to China, Brazil, and South Africa to determine whether the platforms qualify as dual-use tech under the 2024 export rules. Bloomberg reports the focus is on whether Tesla's energy balancing tools skirt trade restrictions, heightened after the 2023 CHIPS Act. Although no sanctions have been issued, the Wall Street Journal warns this could set a precedent on how US AI tools in foreign infrastructure are regulated. The US has also sidelined Musk domestically. In June 2025, Tesla was excluded from the Federal EV Infrastructure Forum and XAI was left out of the National AI Strategic Group, replaced by Amazon, Microsoft, and Anthropic, according to Reuters. A White House official cited alignment issues and Musk's unpredictable international ties, especially in energy and satellites. In true Musk style, he retorted, "If Washington wants control, let them build their own infrastructure. We'll go where we're needed." With growing unease among US allies and Beijing's embrace, Musk's autonomy is raising alarms. Germany, Japan, and Australia have launched reviews over dependence on Starlink, noting concerns about its operational independence and unclear chain of command in crises. Germany's Federal Network Agency is probing Starlink's refusal to comply with NATO contingency protocols. Japan's Ministry of Interior has withheld national-level approval. Australia's defence reports warned of risks after Musk disabled Starlink services in Arikki areas like Gaza and Crimea. A NATO advisor told Bloomberg, Starlink is a strategic asset without a leash. Yet these countries haven't banned Starlink. Why? Because it outperforms traditional networks in latency, resilience, and cost. The dilemma is clear. Musk's infrastructure is too valuable to reject, even if it operates outside conventional governance. If he no longer answers to Washington, and no other government can claim him, who's steering this unprecedented network? Maybe the answer lies in Musk's own words. I build where I'm needed. For now, that means Brazil, India, China, and beyond. As Washington investigates, allies hesitate and rivals adapt. The world is witnessing the rise of a new kind of power, one that swears allegiance to no flag, but operates at the intersection of innovation and necessity. What do you think? Is Musk's departure a loss for the US, or the blueprint for an inevitable future? Share your thoughts below and let's continue the conversation.